Esmail Qaani, long assumed dead amid the storm of Israeli airstrikes in Beirut, has reappeared alive, but now under tight surveillance by Iran's own forces. The Quds force commander is being closely questioned as Iran grapples with an unprecedented security breach that casts doubt over the integrity of its military leadership. Israeli intelligence is suspected of infiltrating the highest ranks of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, which manages operations across Lebanon and other theaters. These revelations were reported by the digital news organization Middle East Eye, MEE, citing multiple sources familiar with the situation. Qaani had disappeared from public view following the assassination of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah on the 27th of September, a strike that devastated Iran's axis of resistance. Nasrallah's death, delivered by a precision Israeli strike, raised grave concerns within Tehran about how Israeli forces were able to pinpoint the movement of such a high-level target. Rumors of Qaani's possible death circulated after Israeli bombardments in Beirut's southern suburbs intensified, but senior officials confirmed that he is alive and unhurt. Nevertheless, Qaani is being held under guard as part of a broader investigation into how Israeli forces managed to breach Hezbollah's core leadership. The consequences of Nasrallah's killing have reverberated across the region. Iran's investigation is now centered on whether internal leaks allowed Israel to track not only Nasrallah, but also Brigadier General Abbas Nilforoushan, a senior Quds force commander who was also killed in the strike. Nilforoushan, recently assigned to oversee operations in Syria and Lebanon, had just arrived in Beirut to meet with Hezbollah leadership, including Nasrallah, in a fortified underground bunker. It was in these final moments that an Israeli airstrike obliterated the building. The crisis deepened on the 4th of October when Israeli forces launched another devastating strike, this time targeting Hezbollah's Shura Council, where Hashem Safieddine, Nasrallah's likely successor, was reportedly killed. The airstrike demolished a Hezbollah stronghold in Beirut, flattening 4 buildings and killing several key figures. The IRGC's internal probe, following the strikes, now focuses on suspected Israeli infiltration of its Lebanese operations. Middle East Eye reports that Iranian officials suspect the breach came from within, prompting scrutiny. Senior IRGC figures, including Qaani, are under lockdown as investigators, supervised by Ayatollah Khamenei, trace the leak. Adding to the turmoil, Qaani's absence from a critical meeting of Hezbollah's Shura Council, where Safieddine was killed, has raised further suspicions. Middle East Eye reports that Qaani was invited to the gathering, but backed out at the last minute, a decision that is now under investigation. The breach also ties into the earlier assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh, who was killed in Tehran in July. Haniyeh died in an explosion at a guest house secured by the IRGC, adding to fears that Israel has deeply penetrated Iran's security infrastructure. As Iran reels from the loss of key Hezbollah figures and confronts the possibility of a massive internal leak, Qaani's future hangs in the balance. Once seen as an untouchable figure within the Quds force, he now faces an uncertain fate, as Iran confronts the reality that its enemies may no longer be external, but deeply embedded within its own ranks.